Hello, I'm Roy, the dad you never had, teaching cash flow, health flow, and life flow. Today I'm here with Jen, and she's agreed to help me with the health flow part.
He's actually forcing me. I didn't agree.
Ah.
My hands are actually bound onto the table. Help me! Help me!
I forced her to make my first and last meal for me.
His last meal.
So the life flow portion of my theory is before you can have a good cash flow, a good income, and a good family life, you have to take care of your body. So my biggest problem was what is a good go-to meal or a first meal or a last meal for the day, that if you don't know what to have, this is the meal you can go to. So Jen's going to tell us a little bit about herself and help me figure out what that meal should be.
All right, cool. So we're going to do more of a last meal of the day since I practice intermittent fasting, and I do recommend about a 13-hour fast minimum. You know, if you have problems with blood sugar or you have some health issues, 13 is the minimum just to give your organs a little bit of a break to repair. 16 is the trend now. Intermittent fasting is very trendy. I've been actually doing 18, 19, and 21-hour fasts the last few days, and I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. That's kind of like a Ramadan situation. So a lot of people lose weight over Ramadan, and a lot of people feel great, and a lot of people don't feel great. So your fasting should be very personalized to you, and you shouldn't just watch a video and say, okay, 13 hours, 21 hours. So that being said, I'm going to tell you what I've been doing in the last few days, and maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. So you got to decide for yourself. Always be a critical thinker. So I have the green. I put sprout cubes, wheatgrass cubes, which are in my freezer. I can pull them out. And I do a green powder, which is
I put everything back here.
Fresh greens is right here. So this is going to be a lot of green, and because I'm not that smart, I put it in a green container so I don't forget. And then I have right here, I have lemon cubes and ginger cubes, and a little cayenne pepper, sometimes cinnamon too. This can help prevent a cold or infection. It also is very rejuvenating and revitalizing in the morning. So I do a lot of liquids in the morning. I'm just flooding my body with
Why
liquids.
is that an orange container?
Well, I just like it. I just like it, and honestly it should be glass. But in the morning we all wake up and our blood is thicker, it's coagulated, so we feel tired.
Really?
So a really quick way to just get energized, instead of having coffee or some stimulants or doing anything illegal, you want to flood your body with hydration. You want to be hydrated. Because that naturally thins out your blood, and it gets your nutrients and oxygen to the brain, so you get more revitalized through more brain power, through nutrients to your brain. So we got a lot of liquids. I do myself drink coffee, and if I'm not, I'll have tea. I've been doing a lot of black tea lately, which is a natural vasodilator. Helps your lungs to expand and can make you feel more primed for a workout or a walk or a talk. I had some
Let me interrupt there.
Yeah.
What do you think of loose leaf black tea with no sugar added? Just pre-make it, keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
And if you want it, because I do that, I like the loose leaf black tea.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, black tea can help with breathing. Some people, you might feel like, oh, I can breathe more. I feel that. I'm very sensitive. So lots of liquids in the morning, but we're going to move on from the liquids because we can spend all day on liquids and apple cider vinegars. I'm just going to throw in one more thing in the liquids. If you feel like you're getting a cold, or if you feel a little bit swollen, or you have actual edema, you could have apple cider vinegar and water to give it an extra kick. You add bee pollen, which dissolves in the apple cider vinegar, because bee pollen will just pass through you for amino acids. And if you feel like you're getting sick, a little colloidal silver. Now I'm talking you to feel like you're getting sick. I would not do this. I feel
like colloidal silver is a whole other video in itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And it shouldn't be a daily thing, I don't think.
Okay, it's interesting, exciting, but I don't really know. I'm not educated enough about it, so we'll do a separate video for everything.
Yeah.
But I'm getting hungry.
Well, you can have some. So you get all the liquids. I work out about 4 or 5 days a week on all these liquids. So I'm drinking the whole time I'm working out. I'm drinking before, and then when I'm done with the workout, maybe I'll do a raw salad with tomatoes and peppers, beta carotene, your orange color. That helps actually to boost your natural killer cells, which actually destroy harmful bacteria. So that's really important to have the orange colors, and carrots too. Carrots have that too. So natural immune boosters. So I'm doing mostly a raw diet until about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at night. And then I'm eating more fibrous and heavier and cooked and carbohydrate foods after about 4 to 9 p.m., which is not conventional, but some people do this, and I feel great. So
this works for you.
It works for me. I do work out. If you're not working out, maybe you're going to throw back less on the potatoes.
Yeah.
So I'll have maybe 3 of these potatoes,
Okay.
or 4 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
With butter. I'm not afraid of butter.
Yeah.
Feel great. Maybe I'll throw in a beet, that too. Different colors have anthocyanins, which are great for your immune system as well.
Okay.
And this is a recipe in my health guidebook, and it's very easy. So I have the how-to steps. That'll be a separate video. But what it is just cauliflower, mushroom, string bean, and onion. And I intentionally got all these things at Trader Joe's, so you can eat well on a budget.
Okay.
Because if we're throwing only bougie foods that only really rich people can afford, that's really not going to help anyone.
No, it's not going to help.
So you can actually wash your CASHFLOW, which is part of the video.
Yes, yes.
Shopping at Trader Joe's.
That's a very interesting point. When you're setting a budget for yourself, and you sit down and do a family budget, you'd be surprised how much eating out adds up. A family of 3 or 4,
Totally.
$60, $80, $100, $120 easy. God forbid you add some drinks in there, right? You're spending a lot of food.
Probably spending like $300 to $500 a week at one point on food.
Yes, yes.
I'm not going to mention where I was shopping.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm talking about even just eating out instead at a restaurant,
Oh, forget
right?
it, forget it.
It gets expensive.
Yeah, no, I don't even really do that anymore. So yeah, so this recipe, just to focus on this, is really high in fiber. If you're trying to lose weight, lose fat, and you like to eat a lot, I like to stuff my face. You can eat, I mean, I wouldn't eat all of this. This is a lot, but a couple of cups of this. You can even eat this at the end of the day, a few hours before bed. Cauliflower, string beans, mushroom, onions, very low carb, very high in fiber, mushrooms, vitamin D, selenium.
Now you said that end of the meal day.
Yeah.
End of the day meal.
Because for me,
Makes you tired?
Yeah, when I eat, I get tired.
Okay.
I feel like right now I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
But if
I feel like you're always here.
No, no, no.
So Jen, can you take a minute to go over what's in the go-to meal and how you prepared it?
1 minute, go away really fast. Okay.
No, take as much time as you need.
So we have a picture. I got a lot of this at Trader Joe's, so we can make affordable meals for you guys today. And I got 2 cauliflowers, 2 onions, a bag of string beans, 2 boxes of mushrooms, all from Trader Joe's. And we have the garlic shown here. Garlic is optional, but better for your immune system to add it. So what you do, minus the garlic, you take all those items, I put them in this mixing bowl, or a bigger one, and I put baking soda, or distilled vinegar, or both. In here, I have the ratios and how to do that in my guidebook. There's a separate page of how to do that. Soak it maybe 10-15 minutes. After soaking, I'll scrub each with one. This is a separate scrubber brush. You don't want to scrub your dishes with the same thing you're scrubbing your fruit.
Oh, no.
And you know, some people don't know that.
Defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know that right away. And then after you scrub each one, I'll put it in an empty colander.
Okay.
So you got all that. And then I just chop everything, plate, cutting board, up in the air if you want to lose your finger. Putting it into another mixing bowl. So all the cauliflower, string beans, onions, and mushroom have been chopped into bite-sized pieces like this. You can sort of see right here, haphazardly cut. And then I add tahini, and a little trick what I do is I take the tahini and I put it all around the edges, and I melt butter. I'll either melt my favorite butter right here, the Plugra, or I'll get cheaper butter because it's going to be mixed into here.
I'm a Kerry's Gold fan myself.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah.
That one's really good. And Kate's is really good.
Okay.
And you melt the butter, however you want to melt it. Microwave, stovetop. You want to be more of a purist, not microwave things. Well, everything's in here. You put the butter here. I'll use my hands, so I'm just cooking for me and my boyfriend. Company, not so much. Mix it all together. Mix it in. You want all those fats to be coating the food because the food and the nutrients are more bioavailable and absorbed when you have fat. Then once it's mixed, I'll take about 3 empty trays because I make a lot of food at once. I'll cook for about 3 or 4 days, max, no more than 4. You want to throw that out. You dump everything on the trays, and I'll cook it about 350, and maybe the last 15 minutes, cook it at 375 for a little crunch on that. And once everything's out, I happen to put the salt on afterwards. You can put the salt on before, you know, either way. And that's it. So it's basically wash, chop, mix, throw on trays. Don't forget it. You're done. You got enough food for 3 days.
So you want to really prep the food so you have 3 or 4 days worth of food. So if you get really hungry, you're not running out to a restaurant or a diner or just grabbing, you know, some snacks.
Yeah, and the best way to do it is just set aside. You can put on your calendar 1 day a week minimum, maybe 2. Give yourself 1.5 to 4 hours to cook a bunch, and then you're only cooking 1 or 2 days a week. Your fridge is stocked.
I think people need to take responsibility for their own food prep. Everything in our world is prepared and packaged, and it's not necessarily good for you. It's a company trying to make money, so take some responsibility and make your own food.
Yeah.
It's important. So one of the most important questions I ask everybody I come across is, what did you learn in school about money and finance?
What?
Exactly. Not much. Okay.
Not much.
All right. And since this is a special program on health and wellness and eating, what did you learn in school about health and wellness and eating?
Well, I'm 35, so I think there was the low-fat stuff was going on in school.
It was low
There was
fat,
some
yeah.
mentions of low-fat and saturated fat, but not much.
Don't eat too much fat. That was the gist
eating
of it.
toast and cereal was promoted.
The food pyramid. Okay.
A lot of people ate frozen yogurt. That
So
was
what do we
healthy.
think of the food pyramid now?
We eat from a plate, not a pyramid.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like
defunct.
that. I like that.
And what? No.
So another important point is, educate yourself on what you're putting in your body. Again, a company's trying to make money off you. A potato doesn't have any ingredients besides potato. Where, if you buy a potato chip or something like Pringles, it's processed and there's other stuff in there which might not be so good for you.
And also, when we eat more foods like this, it's hydrated, and the food has I call it interstitial fluid, like the body has. Yeah. So it actually conducts water, conducts energy. Once you start dehydrating food, I don't feel as alive, and that's a little experiment we could do. You could eat dehydrated foods, which are even still technically raw, and see how you feel, as opposed to eating hydrated foods.
Wow,
I feel a lot better. So one of my wacky piece of advice this week to a friend and client was, she's off ice cream for 5 days, and I said, I've kind of switched from ice cream to potatoes. It's a weird piece of advice.
Okay.
It's not for everyone, but think about it. At the end of the day, you want to sit back with something cold or something warm. I like to recline while I eat. Eating ice cream soft. You can mash up potatoes. Okay. You can eat a lot of potatoes, and it has a lot of fiber. It has a lot of potassium, which is great if you just worked out. And it can feel very satisfying, and it can keep you full, as ice cream can't. So potatoes, actually, it can keep you really full. And a lot of people, like me, were afraid of eating rice and potatoes, but I'm actually one of the lightest weights I've ever been, and I'm eating the most potatoes I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good pro
tip.
Don't
be afraid of potatoes.
Don't be afraid of potatoes, kids.
They're not scary. Ah!
Well, thank you, Jen, for this wonderful introduction video on a healthy meal. Where can we find you and contact you?
I'm right here.
So the people in the audience?
Instagram, we'll put all the links below. Instagram, IMDb, Facebook, my website, The Life with Genergy. And the Instagrams are The Life with Genergy, at Jenelise. Jenelise Feldy on Facebook.
So you're everywhere?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, so we'll put the links down below. Thank you.
Sure.